of The Follow-Up. I'm Eden, and this is my dad, Noah, and every week for the past 2 years, we've just been sitting on my bed and having a conversation about something we've wanted to talk about. And this week, we're going to talk about big issues that kids are thinking about.
It has been nice to be able to just sit on your bed and have a conversation. Yeah. All started with maybe the biggest issue of your lifetime, COVID. So we started doing the Follow-Up Dad and Daughter series in April of 2020. And here we are. You were a 5-year-old then, and now you're 8. And
it's been more than 2 years. Mm-hmm. Almost 3.
So one of the ways that we get topics, and if you want to send in topics, you can just do that on Apple Podcasts on the Follow-Up, is we look into Week Junior sometimes.
One of the ways.
Mm-hmm. And so we're going to talk about some of the results of the issues. We'll get to this in one moment.
Yes. But
some of the results they did a survey about what kids want to talk about.
Yes.
But one of the questions in there I thought was interesting, and so I want to ask you the question of what do you think adults need to hear from kids? Okay. Or what don't they understand about kids?
I do understand, but I have a good answer, but I want to end on that. Is that okay with you?
Oh, you want to end on that one?
Is that okay with you?
Yeah, sure.
Because I have an answer that I want to end on.
So now you're doing teases. Oh.
So that's how
about that? That's good.
I wasn't thinking about that. I want to do that at the end.
All right, so it says, what are the top issues you wish our nation's leaders would address? And they surveyed 748 children ages 8 to 14 across the country. And so these were
87% responded.
These were the 6 people who, the 6 topics, the 6 top topics, the actions of lawmakers affect us all. So I would read 1 through 6, and then we'll talk about a few of them.
So, number 1, manage inflation to bring down the price of goods.
Okay.
2, take steps to protect people from gun violence. 3, solve food insecurity, and so everyone has enough to eat.
Okay.
4, protect the environment. 5, make sure all kids get a good education. 6, provide everyone with access to health care.
All right, so pick one.
Oh, there was this wheel that were some other topics that was protect the rights of all people. And I want to talk about that with take steps to protect people from gun violence.
Sure.
I want to combine those.
Okay. Why that?
I want to combine it because I think it's important to talk about that gun violence is happening because people don't like the religions that they celebrate.
Okay, so one reason why there's gun violence is because some folks don't agree with someone else's religion.
Correct.
Right.
Or race.
Right. So keep going with that. Or race. Or they're angry about something. Or it could be
mental health.
Mental health issues. It's
anger issues.
Yes, and it's used as, in their mind, a solution for something. They're doing the right thing here, but it's never the right thing.
It's just the way that they have to express their anger, which is the worst way too.
Right, to take someone's life.
Right.
And we see it a lot on the news.
Yes.
Living in New York, there's every morning there's something.
Yeah.
In gun violence. And I know you guys have we've talked about it from the school environment and how to handle that.
Which we can also combine a little bit later. We can talk about make sure all kids get a good education.
Right. Because not being worried about that type of stuff is certainly helpful when trying to make sure that you have a good education. Yes. So are there certain things that you think as an 8-year-old that the government could do to take steps to protect people from gun violence?
I think the government could definitely... I think the government needs to do something where everyone in the Senate agrees that there's got to be less of this, and then they've got to come up with some type of bill or something like that where it'll be like they've taken a little bit of a step where they have to cut down a bunch of the places that sell guns, close.
Okay.
They've got to close those places. And they've also got to make sure that guns are only being used for military uses.
Right, so
and that people aren't just getting them.
Right, these military-style guns are only used for the military. Regular people don't need these types of guns.
No,
and you don't need them for hunting. You don't need them for anything else.
They have hunting guns.
Yes, so
which
yes,
only hunters use.
Right, so that would be that to me just seems like, and to so many seems extremely logical.
Yeah,
like why would a regular person need a military style gun?
No one does.
So, but also, it's not just those guns; it's any other guns. So why do we need?
Some people.
Why do we even need a? Why would someone just need a pistol?
Like some people do for hunting and that stuff, but that's their job.
No, more so. It's more so of a hobby. But
yes.
Okay, so if you get a hunting license,
yes.
then you have to go through certain checks. Fine, if that is something that's important to you, but just to get a handgun, to be able to buy a regular gun, I don't
understand why.
Exactly, and there are other countries that they've eliminated guns.
We need a Republican that is in the middle that agrees part with Democrats, part with Republicans, and then we can actually do something.
Yeah, that would help.
In the Senate, all we have are people that are very Republican and very Democrat.
And there's
nothing in the middle.
Nothing in the middle.
And that makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I agree. There's some
there used to be
thinking.
the middle, but then everything just fell apart, and now there is no middle.
No.
And that is a very bad thing.
Yeah, and I do think there are some people who would like to be in the middle. They're just afraid of how their party and how the voters are going to handle that. But I think the people who get to the middle first will end up winning in the end.
Yeah.
But we live in a dangerous time. Okay, so what else is on your mind there?
Like manage inflation to bring down prices.
This has happened before.
Yes.
Yeah, it's happened before. So managing inflation to bring down the price of goods,
this is what
combining with
about.
solve food insecurity so everyone has enough to eat. Okay.
We're going to come back and say what we were talking about a few nights ago at dinner. And the thing that healthy food and is so much more expensive, like a just salad, we'll say. A salad is more expensive than, let's say, you went to McDonald's and got, chicken fingers. Yes, Big Mac.
Right, and it shouldn't.
And it's gotta be the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Food, people get those stuff because people get all that stuff because it's more affordable.
Right.
It costs less, but then that's just really bad for them.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got to change that around because it's really bad for you. So you want the good stuff. So they've got to make the good stuff for you less expensive, so more people can get it and stop getting sick from all of it.
Right, and then it leads because if you eat all the bad food all the time,
it leads to obesity.
Exactly,
and then being sick a lot.
Right, and then higher hospital bills and higher health care, and it's just a cycle that never ends. And so
like the food chain, it never ends. Well,
yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's a never-ending cycle. So trying to figure out ways to get healthier food more affordably and in more places.
Correct.
Yeah. So to get access to this food, and then maybe further education, like school lunches, I think are a great place. I think are a great place to start.
Now
with
we just got to make that in more states.
Mm-hmm.
California started doing that. All California.
With what?
Breakfasts and lunches.
What about like more healthier?
No, California.
Yeah.
Made free school lunches now, and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean New York has that too.
I know, but I'm saying California didn't. It wasn't. Not every school had it. So
really?
Now it does.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
But now you need not only do you need that. It's great that it's free, and it's sad that a lot of kids that's where they're either going to get their only meals of the day are at school. But you got to make it healthy and nutritious to give you the right kind of energy to get you through the day, which can lead to a better education. Yeah. All right. Let's then close with what you wanted to talk about at the end. So something that you don't think adults understand from kids.
I don't think that most adults understand that kids are also thinking about these issues and they want to help solve these because it affects them too, not just grown-ups. So I think that kids have a voice and they should use it because they can speak about these things and talk about these.
So you think that most adults just assume that kids don't care about it or want to know about it because they don't think that it affects them, when in fact
it really does.
It does affect them. It affects them now and the future, and that if provided the opportunity to help out, they would.
Right.
Because there are a lot of ways to help out.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad that. Mom and I are always happy that you do think about these things and you try to just thinking about ways to help.
I like helping the environment a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and helping less fortunate people and doing volunteer projects. It matters.
Yeah.
It matters. Not everything is going to change the world, but
it might help.
It will help. And doing these little things.
Yeah.
Whatever you can do does help. Yeah. I love you.
Love you.